Welcome back to Illustrator. So I zoom into the artboard that I was working on earlier because I want to demonstrate how we can draw curves to show water flow pattern down this ADA ramp. So let's just press P for the pen tool or click on this pen tool over here. And then I'm just going to draw off the diagram just to show the nuances between different methods. So if we click once, it's going to create an anchor point. If we click again, it's going to create a straight segment. So when you hold down your mouse without releasing the left button, if we go down, with the mouse, you're going to see the straight segment turning into a curve pointing up. If we move up with the cursor without releasing the button on your mouse, you see the curve kind of pointing down. So this can throw people off because it's really quite counterintuitive. And then you can also kind of go into any direction to kind of modulate the curve so it's not so sharp. So if I'm moving towards that direction, it's kind of the tangent of that curve. So I'm just going to release it, and then it's going to allow me to go anywhere to complete the curve. So I just created this curve right here. And then again, you can go into any direction. If you release your mouse button, it's going to draw a straight line. But if you just hold on to, see, I just released the mouse button, so now I cannot go back. But then if you click again and hold down your button for the mouse, it's going to allow you to create another curve segment. So I'm going to hold down Control and just click anywhere to get out of this command. So we can also start with a click without releasing the mouse button, and then you go up and then you release, and then kind of hold down again and release. So that's going to allow you to start with the sharper curve at the beginning instead of a straight segment and then bending that straight segment into a curve. So either way will work, depends on which one is more comfortable for you. So I'm going to click Control and anywhere to get out. So I'm going to select, I'm going to select with the direct selection tool right here. And it's going to show all these control points with handles. So it's going to allow me to kind of modulate the curve a bit to make it more gentle. So if you didn't get it right the first time, it's really okay because we can always go back in and change the location of the anchor point and then adjust the handle so that you can change it into whatever shape you would like it to be. So let me just hold down Control and click somewhere else to get out. So now let's work on changing the color of this path. So we kind of want to use the previous color palette that we set up. So let's go to the libraries, the Creative Cloud library with the same color swatches that we selected from our rendering. If you don't have it up yet, you can go to Window and then make sure your libraries is checked. Okay, so in this case, because I'm going to be going above this Y ramp here, I might want it to be a different color, and I'm going to just use this color right here. And notice how the first time I click on that color, it's giving it a fill. It's because the fill swatch is sitting on top of the stroke swatch. So I'm actually going to click on the fill swatch and then just click on this swatch right here. It says None to get rid of the fill. And then I'm going to double click on the stroke swatch to bring up, you know, the stroke option is the default. And then you can either go here to pick whatever color you want, or we can just come back here and check the color that we already put into the Creative Cloud library. So let me press Control again and click somewhere else. Now you can see we just changed the color of this path. So I'm going to use the selection tool and I'm going to move it somewhere here so it's closer to the ramp. And then to adjust it, I want to click on the direct selection tool. So that's going to allow me to kind of adjust it better that way. And you can see it doesn't really allow me to modify very much. But if I click on the other one, which has the handles, then they can be tweaked much more easily. So that's the difference between having control points versus anchor points. So these are anchor points that do not have handles. And then these are control points that will allow you to modify the shape of this curve. So I'm going to bring this one over here. And then I'm going to change the handle a little bit. And then bring this one down. Change. Oop. Control Z. Change the handle a bit. You can change the location of these points as well. Okay, so it looks better than before. And now I'm going to click on the path again and then just choose an arrowhead. I'm going to choose the one that's the most narrow because it's kind of a narrow pathway. And then it looks kind of big, so I'm going to scale it down to 70%, and then press Control and click somewhere else to get out of it. So now it looks quite good. I encourage you guys to continue to draw more water arrows and whatever you need to show the intent of your design. All right, we'll see you guys in the next video.